Hello, welcome to today's Journal Jumble. As you can see, I've picked these three to try to get to work on, and I'm actually going to start with the largest one and work my way back, I hope, because time is a factor on a job like this, and I don't want to overtake your time because I know that it is precious to you. So, the first one that I'm going to be working on is this much loved journal, and I have been starting from the back of this one, and I'm going to be preparing some pages from the back forward, and I'm going to be using some of these bits of collage for this page that I'm going to skip, and I have some collage pieces picked for this spread, and I think we'll only get to 2 today because I'd like to do 3 journals just because I can and because I enjoy it so much. So now let's see if I can't get control of this book. I don't think it's going to be quite that easy because I probably should have started. In fact, I know I should have started because you can see what's happening to the pages in the front. I should have started back and front, but we'll get going and do the best we can. Let's see here. I think on this side I was thinking here and maybe here, here, and maybe this one. No, I like this one more, so this one will go over here. And this one up here. Yes. Alrighty, so let me put these 2 back pieces down. Before I start, I want to give myself a little edge here. Well, that's not doing it for me, is it? Goodness, if I had half a brain, I'd be dangerous. There. There we go. Alrighty, I'm going to be using my Liquitex Matte Medium. And you, over here out of the way. Nice soft junky brush. This page ready for that beautiful big flamingo. I'm not thinking flamingos at this time in North Florida because it's cold. It is seriously cold. The mornings are starting out and the warmer mornings are starting out in the high 30s. And then maybe if we're lucky, the temperature works its way up to 60. But there is some climate change in Northeast Florida and Jacksonville, which I enjoy. And I know I can hear you saying you've got to be kidding, Carol. That's climate change. That's seasons. Well, I know. There we go. Don't think I got here. No. Well, I'm fighting this journal a little bit because I did not do what I should have done at the beginning. Oh well. And here. I think I'll be using a combination of salmon pinks and some greens. All fun colors to work with. Now, over here, I'm wondering if I can weigh that down a little bit with some of these, or at least keep it from flopping over on me while I'm working. Fingers crossed. Well, now that doesn't suit me. See, if I had remembered to put that piece of collage back where I wanted it, everything would be wonderful, but oh no. So when all else fails, we'll call that a plan. So this one will be first, this one will be second. Alrighty now. I love to have some backgrounds waiting for me. And it just seems to add joy to my creative process when I'm thinking above the first layer. That's certainly just me, but I guess it's the way I roll. This is rather heavy quality paper. So, takes a good bit of matte medium to get control of it. It has a very fine, almost a grain on it, but it's a very pretty map. And this is another heavy piece of paper. And last but not least, yes, I think right there. It has a little bit of glitter on it. Are you able to see that? I hope so. Just a little bit of glitter. Well, I'm going to put this book down so that it can dry a little bit before we go to the next spread, but here we have a good beginning. It's going to take a while for some of these papers to dry flat, because I have found that if they air dry, when I come back to them, the small number of buckles around the edge here will disappear. Now for my next magic act, I'm going to pull this page and this one. This was a page that I just worked on recently with a jelly plate, so let me see. I have an idea that I want to use this as a second dimension, so I'll have to attach it to this page. I'm thinking aloud now. I'll have to attach it to this page. I'm going to use this. I'm kind of limited to how far I can go, but that's all right too. When in doubt, improvise. So let's see if we can get as far in as I can possibly get here. And keep our fingers crossed. Yes, saved. Saved. Okay. And now, this was one of my very first attempts at jelly printing, and you'll notice I used heavyweight paper, not knowing any better, and I believe this is Dilution Sprays, and I've been pecking away at this ever since, as you can see. I think I want more yellow rather than less. I'm going to get a yellow pencil to mark that spot. There it is. Those are my Jane Davenport pencils. Now, wow, that was a piece of paper, isn't it? There we go. I'm thinking I'm going to use this. Now these contraptions are the bane of my existence. I know I ought to invest in a bigger and better one. But sometimes I'm having a good experience with them, like this morning. Sometimes they make me crazy. They make me talk to myself. I don't know why. Just seem to get my goat. All right, now let's see. Righty. This is a Sharpie liquid highlighter. I haven't used these in quite a while, and I don't think I'm going to use it now. Well, I'll use it as my drop-off point here. It's at least going to give me an inkling of where I'm going to be going on this page. Oh my, I think I'm liking that. That's what happens when you have maybe more supplies than you should have or need to have. You don't realize that hidden away in your stash are some things that have wonderful potential. But how would you know, because you're not getting to them the way you should? Oh well. Live and learn. That's fast drying too. Let's see. Let's go back to the rest of them. Well, if they got any bigger, they'd bite. Here we go. Since there is a touch of mauve on this page, let's try the sharp end and see what happens. Well, well, well. As I live and breathe. I think it's probably the fact that they are liquid highlighters. Don't know, but I think I might be falling in love. One of the absolute joys of our art is our ability to find joy in small things like this. I'm thinking now that that is a metallic. And here is a darker one. I'm just laying the groundwork for more fun here. I will be leaving these on a higher shelf, maybe more towards eye level so that I don't forget them again. Well, I just boo-booed, so I guess we just have to work our way out of that, won't we? I think we'll put this one down for a while. And get back to this. Now, have you noticed the mistake I've made? I put this behind here. No, no, no. It was supposed to go behind here. Yes, it was. Well, plan A, I work with it like this and do something interesting in here. And then leave that one for this page. I think that's my plan. I'm going to make believe that was the plan all along. I think so. Yes. So, back now to this journal, my daily collage practice. And this was the last page, and then when I was practicing or reintroducing myself to my jelly plate, I wiped off a plate on this page to see what would happen. Well, now I know what would happen. And I'm kind of liking that. And then I dug this little bit out again, an same era, early experiment as this. So I plucked off a piece of that, and I'm thinking here and here, and then see what happens. And look what I've just discovered. And some of those pens. We'll see. This is first. Took very little at medium down behind this. And really just use it as a glue. And I'm going to not put any on top. Sorry. I'm not going to be putting any on top. But I will take a moment for some tea. The reason I'm taking this chance, because this was a chance. The jelly plate printing on this page was a chance. These are 2 pages glued together. So I'm hoping that this doesn't buckle horribly. But let's see, we'll let the devil take the hindmost. I'm going to set that aside and give this an opportunity to dry, and I'm going to get out the original. This is still feeling damp. Yes, it is. So I think what I'm going to do is put some waxed paper in there so that I can put them together. I'm a great fan of ordinary waxed paper. Worked then, worked now. Alrighty, let's go and see what we're going to make out of this one now. I could play like this with my collage and my discoveries all day and be happy doing it. Whoops. This one down here. This page was made just in the last few weeks on my jelly printing experiment. And maybe there. And there's the body, the antennae. Got it. I'm going to put some on the back as well before I turn it over. And put it down. Whoa. Maybe I'll do it this way because it'll look like this beautiful butterfly or huge moth has flopped itself, her little self down on here where, yes, that's the story. And this one is first. That's light paper, so that's going to go down very easily. I just use printer paper. Now that's a decision that only a collage person would understand. That way, yes. That way, no. Flying off the page, no. Flying down on it, no. Right here, decision made. Solving world peace, and then there's where to place the butterfly. I'm going to have to invest in some more matte medium. I like to cover in a Dilutions journal because of the type of paper that it is. I like to cover this paper with some matte medium because I'm going to be using paint. And if there's something that I don't like about what I've done with the paint, It does help in the wiping off process. Righty, let me hold this. Did this work? Yes, it did. Yay for waxed paper. Here we go. And off to the side to dry. This is a metallic. Yes. I'm finding myself at a dead end at this point, and I know that this needs more attention and more brain power than I seem to be giving it, and I don't want to ruin it. So maybe I'll just do this right now and declare this a stopping point for this page. Because I know that when I come back here, I'll be looking at it with a fresh eye. And I do believe that a fresh eye is going to be just what this needs at this point. I believe that this is a fine example of having painted myself into a corner, and my muse is out shopping, so she's not around to save my bacon. At all. Yes. The more I look at that, the less I'm hating it. So, I wonder what shade of metallic that is. Let's see what shade of metallic that is. Not a dark enough one. Not a dark enough one. But well, I'm just going to let this happen because I don't know where it came from, but it's here. I guess we'll just say, don't fight it. Just go with it, Carol. Because this is not helping the issue at all about the fold and its place in the journal. But I'm sure that if I cheat enough on this, I will work that out too. So we're going to say there is room in those grommets for another piece of elastic. Dare I? Maybe. Maybe. And now, this is dry enough. Almost. Almost. And I can see some of the staff lines through this paint. So I'm going to take advantage. seeing some black there, and I think this page definitely needs some Pilot G2. Yes, it does. And you'll notice this is not flat paper because it has thick layers. When I thought your jelly plates had to be absolutely laden with acrylic, so this is quite thick, and this G2 is just hauling itself right over here so nicely. So, I do hope that you have enjoyed visiting with me today in this journal jumble. I've loved the chances that I took for this page, just flopping this journal over on a soppy jelly plate was great fun. These two pieces of collage worked a treat, and some scribbles added just enough so as not to take away from this piece of collage. This, however, I wish you could feel it. It's absolutely almost as dimensional as if I had used something through a stencil, because I really did not understand about the amount of paint necessary. So, here, journal number 1. Next today, this journal and this page, this mistake, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to just find out how I can work around this, maybe even put a few extra pages in and make another signature in this book. But this was a challenge because I was completely stopped at this point. I have more that I can do on this page, certainly, but this one is on its way also. And if you have enjoyed watching me prepare backgrounds in this large journal, you take out this piece of waxed paper so that you can see this one. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Let me see if I can't put these all out together. Yes, almost. Bye now.